exposing the karmic duo, a web of deception, corruption, and dark magic. For years, they operated in the shadows. A twisted duo to people bound together not by love, but by deception, power, and greed. They stole, they lied, they manipulated, and now their empire of deceit is crumbling. The karmic duo, a man and a woman bound not by love, but by their insatiable greed and desire for control, have finally met their reckoning. What was once a well-hidden operation of lies, deceit, and manipulation has now been exposed, revealing the horrifying depths to which they were willing to go for power. The unholy partnership. This was no ordinary couple, married with children. They played a dangerous game, using each other as pawns in their quest for wealth and status. The man, a corrupt investigator, abused his position to gain access to classified police documents, stolen drugs, and confidential identities, all of which fueled their schemes. The woman, his cunning accomplice, was sent out to infiltrate, seduce, and deceive, masquerading as single to gain trust, exploit victims, and rob them blind. Together, they orchestrated a cycle of destruction. She would embed herself into people's lives, building trust, manipulating emotions, and then tearing them apart through gaslighting and psychological abuse. He provided the cover-up, using his influence in law enforcement to suppress evidence, intimidate victims, and erase any paper trails leading back to them. Dark magic played a central role. They invoked sinister rituals, performing energy manipulations, curses, and spiritual bindings to keep their victims weak, confused, and powerless. The greed that knew no bounds. Fueled by their gold-digging mentality, they saw people not as individuals but as opportunities to be exploited. Money, real estate, personal possessions, business assets, and even identities, nothing was off limits. Victims reported missing bank funds, stolen legal documents, fraudulent transactions in their names, and even attempted poisoning with Rufus date rape drugs stolen from the police department. Those who questioned them were met with brutal psychological warfare, coercion, threats, and even fabricated accusations to discredit them. If manipulation failed, they resorted to poison, illegal drugging, and staged accidents to eliminate anyone who could expose them. The web of lies unravels. For years, they thrived under a veil of deception. But lies can only stand for so long before collapsing under their own weight. Their biggest mistake: underestimating the resilience of their victims. The community started connecting the dots, victims coming together, stories aligning, and patterns emerging. Investigators found a disturbing trail of fraud, stolen properties, financial scams, and countless ruined lives. A secret file of their crimes surfaced, detailing illegal transactions, forged documents, and confidential case files, proving their deep-rooted corruption. Surveillance footage confirmed their involvement in multiple frauds, including staging break-ins, blackmailing targets, and drugging individuals to keep them under their control. The final reckoning. With mounting evidence and federal investigators stepping in, their empire has come crashing down. The very system they manipulated to silence others is now turning against them. The corrupt investigator is now under federal scrutiny, facing charges of obstruction of justice, evidence tampering, and illicit drug possession. His wife, the ultimate fraudster, has been exposed, charged with identity theft, financial fraud, and multiple counts of illegal substance distribution. Their assets are being seized, bank accounts frozen, properties confiscated, and victims being compensated for their losses. Their past associates have turned against them, people once blind to their deception now speaking out, revealing the full extent of their crimes. A lesson in karma. At the heart of this twisted saga is a cautionary tale about greed, deception, and the abuse of power. When you build an empire on lies, manipulation, and stolen energy, it is only a matter of time before the truth comes crashing down. They thought they were untouchable. They thought they could silence the truth forever. They were wrong. Their demonic possessions gave them the impression that they can play God, stripping people of their free will. Guess what? God showed up and slain their demons and their master manipulator too. This demonic couple will be made an example of what you should never be, simply that. Now, the world knows their crimes. Now, they sit in the very prison of lies they created, trapped, exposed, and facing the full force of karma. Justice has arrived. Like, share, and save to spread awareness and expose the truth.